Hey, good morning. Welcome to the morning brief. Today is Monday, November 17th. And as you can see, I'm using Bloomberg economic calendar instead of forexfactory.com. For whatever reason, my browser is not able to pull up forexfactory.com. So I assume forexfactory.com is down. That being said, this is a great opportunity to talk about other sources for an economic calendar. You always want to know that you have a backup to one service versus another service, and Bloomberg has an economic calendar, so no worries. So what's going on today? We have Fed Governor Jefferson speaking in about 26 minutes, about 9:30. We have construction spending, which will be at 10 o'clock, and we have federal budget balance at 11:30 3-month bill auction, 11:30 to 6-month bill auction. At 1 p.m., FOMC member Kashkari speaks, and the Fed Waller is also speaking at 3:35 this afternoon, and that is pretty much it. Later on in the evening, Fed member Logan is speaking at, I guess that would be 7:55, almost 8 o'clock. So there you have it. Also notice that the Bloomberg does a couple things. They isolate the news event by country, and if you're within an hour of the event, it gives you the actual number of minutes. So a little bit different than Forex Factory, but still gives us the same information we need. What are the main news events we need to be careful of and know during the day, so that we can make sure we're not in a position when something major is going to happen. So then moving on, looking at the daily chart. So Friday we had a very slight down day, but a big reversal, heavy volume, above average. We're getting some of these tail candles, lots of different tail candles here, big tail candles. What does that usually mean? It usually means that it's price rejection. Any kind of tail candle is price rejection. So they rejected price down here and pushed it up, rejected it down here and pushed it up. So normally that means that you're putting in a bottom. I'm not sure what it means right now. We're gapping down very, very slightly below the moving average, the 50-day moving average. We're below the 20-day. And you can see I put a trend line across these lows, these spike lows, to sort of give us an idea of where potential support could be. Right now, I would say that low volume node at 66.80 is kind of a line in the sand. Below that, you can see there's a big old gap here down to 66.21. That's really kind of ugly when it comes to the low volume nodes. So what's going on? This will be potentially the third day down. I know I don't say this very often, but remember, the market loves 3s, 5s, 7s, and 12s. So we could be putting in a 3, which would be a down day, which would mean that tomorrow would potentially be an up day, since the market loves groupings of 3s. However, it could also like groupings of 5s. So this might be day 3 of a 5-day move. Hard to say. Just pay attention what is going on. Moving on, looking at the inventory. So inventory was dramatically down on Friday, minus 32,000 plus contracts on wasn't down that much. And you can see that during this big move to the upside, they sold into it. What is going on? This is major divergence here. Even though price action was negative and we had negative, this right here is gigantic, where it comes down here versus going up here. This is the buy the dip folks, the retail traders coming in and buying the dip. This is the big boys selling into the move up. So we've got the tale of two cities, right? We've got the buy the dip folks in earnest, and we have the real movers selling into it all the way into the close. So giant divergence here. What's going on? To me, this looks like the smart money taking advantage of the little guy who is buying the dip. As they buy the dip, the big boys are selling into it. That's the way it looks. That's all I can tell you. That's just what my opinion is. What is this warrants going forward? That the buy the dip folks are going to get burned, and they're probably going to get burned really, really badly. So we haven't seen this kind of dramatic price action to the upside with dramatic selling on the bid. So there you have that. So very interesting situation developing itself. Overnight action was approximately 61 points. Let's see. Actually, that's not right. That's about 68 points. When I calculated this earlier, this was the low. We come down since then. So about 68 points, way, way, way above average. High volatility. Yeah, you guessed it. Volatility is here to stay. Remember, Mondays are the highest probability of any day during the week that it will be a down day. So just keep that in mind. Mondays are only up, I think, about 42% of the time. That is from the Stock Traders Almanac, by the way. Little tidbit there. Looking for support and resistance. Where do we have resistance on the top side? 6,800 is very, very interesting. There's lots and lots of stuff going on right around 6,800. We get above that, 68.12, 68.27. I'm going to say 68.50. If we get below where we are now, where is support? 67.20, 67.04, 6700. The whole number again, kind of a little band here around 6700, 6694. You can see that in between there is 6700, 6700. Kind of my line in the sand. If we go below that, it gets kind of ugly. Yeah, so there we have it. Stock Traders Almanac for today, historically, is 57.1. 57.1% chance the market will be up today. There you have it for a Monday. Hope you have a great day. See you tomorrow. Hey, thanks for watching the morning brief. Check out my website for more information, oneononetrading.com. Take a look at the Troy levels, a trade location finder for the futures markets. Help you find those levels of support and resistance that are just so hard to find. I also do personal coaching and mentorships. So go ahead and take a look at my website, oneononetrading.com.